Governor Eno defects to APC. Adha, President Tinubu urges prayers for troops fighting terrorism. Federal High Court to begin e-filing of cases in Lagos from June 20. Rehabilitation resumes at Port Harcourt Refinery. David Beckham to receive Knighthood in King Charles Honours List. Good evening and welcome to the news at 4 on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ubebo. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, has officially defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. At a press conference in Uyo on Friday, Governor Eno described the move as a progressive decision taken after months of consultations with key stakeholders across the state. I have therefore decided to progressively move to the APC, the governor announced, citing his admiration for President Bola Tinubu and the need for Akwa Ibom to align more closely with the federal government. Eno thanked the PDP for supporting him throughout his political journey, but said it was time to take a new direction that would position the state for greater development and federal collaboration. Despite the party switch, Eno assured Akwa Ibom residents of his commitment to good governance and service delivery, emphasizing his loyalty to the people, not political lines. Adha, President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to intensify prayers for the country's armed forces and security agencies, especially those battling terrorism and banditry across the nation. Speaking to journalists after observing Adha prayers at the Dodan Barracks Eid Grand in Lagos, the president said the season of sacrifice is a time to remember the vulnerable and those risking their lives to protect the nation. We must also pray hard for our troops to keep us safe, Tinubu said. They are making sacrifices in the challenges we face from terrorism and banditry today. He urged Nigerians to show love, give generously, and stand united, emphasizing that the spirit of aid should reflect sacrifice and compassion towards others. The chief imam of Lagos, Suleiman Olawutoyin Abu Nola, echoed the president's message, urging Muslims to emulate the selflessness of Prophet Abraham by making personal sacrifices for the nation's good. He also stressed the need to rise above tribal and ethnic divisions to build a more united Nigeria. Top dignitaries at the prayer ground included the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, Lagos Deputy Governor Femi Hamzat, and business moguls Aliko Dangote and Abdul Samad Rabiu. The Federal High Court in Lagos is set to go digital as it prepares to launch electronic filing of all new cases beginning June 20, 2025. In a circular signed by Chief Registrar Suleiman Hassan, the court announced that manual filing will be phased out entirely for new cases filed from that date. The move marks a significant milestone in the judiciary's drive to digitize court operations and boost efficiency. However, the court clarified that ongoing cases filed before June 20 will still be handled manually until they are concluded. To access the new e-filing platform, lawyers must set up legal mail accounts, which are now mandatory. Law firms must also upload their Corporate Affairs Commission registration documents when creating their profiles on the system. The court warned against under-declaring claims or misrepresenting documents, stressing that such actions will attract a penalty of 10,000 naira per filing and any outstanding fees. To help with the transition, a 2-day interactive training session for legal practitioners will be held between June 16 and 20. In another development, rehabilitation work has resumed at the Port Harcourt Refinery in Rivers State, with construction activities kicking off officially on Monday, June 2, 2025. Sources within the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, confirmed that the long-anticipated repairs are back on track at the Alesa Eleme local government area refinery complex. However, the restart comes as a strict internal directive as Port Harcourt Refining Company staff were barred from speaking to the media or engaging with strangers near the facility during the maintenance period. In an internal memo signed by the head of Human Capital Management for the refinery project, Leo Njoku, Employees were warned that granting interviews or engaging in unauthorized conversations will violate civil service rules and attract disciplinary action. All staff are expected to mind their business and face their assigned tasks, the memo stated, adding that conduct will be closely monitored. And now sports. British football icon David Beckham is set to receive a knighthood in King Charles III's upcoming birthday honors, recognizes his contributions to sport and British society. Beckham, awarded an OBE in 2003, is now expected to be further honored for his decades-long impact on and off the pitch. BBC Sports reports that the former announcement will be made next week. The 50-year-old former England captain earned 115 international caps and played for top clubs including Manchester United, Real Madrid, LA Galaxy, and AC Milan before retiring in 2013. Off the field, Beckham has also become a notable humanitarian and entrepreneur. He has served as a UNICEF ambassador since 2005, and in 2015, the charity launched the David Beckham UNICEF Fund to support vulnerable children worldwide. More recently, in 2024, he became an ambassador for the King's Foundation, supporting youth education and environmental awareness. Beckham's influence extends into football ownership. He is co-owner of Salford City in England and president of Inter Miami in the United States. Through the Inter Miami CF Foundation, he continues to empower undeserved communities through sports. This recognition came years after a reported 2011 nomination, which was delayed following the leak of private emails in 2017, a matter Beckham's camp said involved hacked and doctored content. That concludes the news at 4 on Leadership Television. Don't forget to log into www.leadership.ng for more stories. Thanks for joining us.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country. Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the